NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. We've got the Brooklyn Nets facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's tipped.
Oh, what a big-time block right there. How about the timing by Josh Hart?
There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Now here's Johnson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Castle. Pass to Hart. Here's Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Castle. Off target with his 3.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Here he goes. Lays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Johnson. Outside Williams. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Here's Castle. Pass to Hunter. Kicks it out to Allen. Here's Castle. Rocket 2. High post try. Rebound by Williams. To the middle. Picked off in midair. Kicks it out to Allen. Can't throw it down with one hand.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
So they take the lead. He has 5.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Pass to Hart. To end the drought. Hunter on the wing. Here's Castle. Here's Allen. Count the basket.
And this is where Allen should look to score because he's got the size and length.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Cavaliers leading. Here's Castle. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Had to alter his release at the last possible moment and somehow still gets it to go.
Back to Claxton. Williams with a clean look. From the top of the key, he buries it.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
Out to Smith. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Nick Claxton.
And showing some fearlessness there. Smith doesn't mind getting hit while taking the shot.
So he gets them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Whitehead.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Clowney. Rebounded by Allen. Cleveland leading by 3. Smith outside. .144 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hart. Shot clock at 6. The Cavaliers with another miss.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Going up strong there. That's the kind of aggressive play you love to see from Smith.
It's the Nets now, following the score by Cleveland. From 20 feet out. And it goes down 2 points. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Hart. Back to Smith. Here's Castle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Hart. Clowney pulls it in.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Shot's good by Whitehead. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Here's Green. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, once Green gets inside, he has the body control to adjust to the defender there and finish.
From deep three-point land. Plays it up and banks it in.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Can't hit from in close.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
The Nets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, leading by just
The Nets, 15.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
At the top of the key, Hunter. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And the Nets with possession here. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. They trail by 1. Pass to Chang for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Here's Murray Boyle. The Nets working the ball around now. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Green. No good, shot missing. Good defense by Claxton. Pass to Green. From deep. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, "It feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time." Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks.
And really, they're going to have to figure out a different way to attack this defense. They're not getting many good looks at all. Their field goal percentage is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Back to Green. Pass to Hunter. Launches a three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
To the left side wing. It's Powell on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Johnson. The Cavaliers pull it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And that one's good. Green.
With his athleticism, Green plays a lot bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
Powell, that's good. Powell's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals.
And one of Green's best assets is leaping ability. He's a natural athlete. He's very explosive.
Kicks it out to Johnson. No dice from the high post.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Here's Jang. And finished off by Jang.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. The Nets making a switch here.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Johnson surveying the floor. The 19-foot shot. And that one, good. He has 7. Cleveland with the ball. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Up top, Jang. They kick it out to Green. Hits the 3-point bomb. Green's got 9 points.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Pass to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Substitution.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Johnson for three. Rebound by Smith.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
.40 seconds left in the first half. Diving in. Here's Cohen. A three-pointer, no good. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Williams. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Now here is Smith. 8 points for him. Screen by Allen. No one near him. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Powell, no one around him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Cavaliers lead by 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. And here's Johnson outside. It's not going to go for him. And here are the Cavaliers. They lead by 1. Pass to Allen. Claxton with the steal. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Down low. Here's Castle. Smith in the posts. Over Claxton. Smith, no good.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Over in the corner, Claxton. Goes up again. The kick out to Williams. Sinks the triple. Williams has got 7 points.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
And the basket by Castle.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Johnson. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Cavaliers trailing. Here's Cohen. Out to Smith. For the three. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Castle. Pass to Allen. Shoots over Powell. Snatched up. And the rejection by Claxton. And it's Smith missing. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. The Nets have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
He hits the second from the line. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Castle. Yes, that goes in. Castle's got 4 this quarter.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Johnson outside. A three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
And the Nets lead by 4.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Pass to Castle. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Castle's got 9.
And Smith already understands that you have to be unselfish if you're going to gain the respect of your teammates and coaches.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, D.A., we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for the Cavaliers. It's a one-point game. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul.
Timeout.
And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And here's Brooklyn. A 3-ball. Rebound by Chang. Cavaliers leading. And the shot falls short this time.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
.132 left in the 3rd quarter. And the 3-ball is good. He's got 7. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
And that one's good. Green.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
.105 left here in the 3rd quarter. 2 points. That one goes. Takes it in.
And we've seen this all night. Green with a wide range of ways to score. And boy, he just keeps coming.
Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Jalen Green.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Outside Williams. Outside Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
His first.
Forcing the action down low. Green earning a trip to the stripe.
With 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Green.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
The shot by Murray Boyles, no good. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green, no luck. The Nets with the lead.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
To the paint. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, and one little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make, GA. So pretty when it works. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got it.
The Nets, 44.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Cavaliers trail by 3. He takes it in, and it's Green with the jam.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Pass to Hunter. A rebound by the Nets. Back to Wilson. Johnson down low. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jalen Green.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's good on the second.
Well, the critical free throw was the one to make it a 2-possession game, and he got it.
Green. Pass to Hunter. Jang with the ball. Back to Hunter. 3-pointer. No good that time. Nets leading by 4. Right side, Williams. Powell for 3. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Listen, even average 3-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Jang, a screen. Over to the left wing. Bangs home the trifecta.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
And there's the foul, and it's on Jalen Green. That's his 5th foul.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
Outside Williams. And the call will be against Jabari Smith. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
13 foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Johnson outside. Inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys. And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Pass to Williams. And stolen by Jang.
Boy, and on a night where he's been so smart handling the ball, that's his first big mistake.
Here's Castle. Johnson with the rebound. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. To the inside. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during the break, listened in with what Jordi Fernandez was telling the team. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff, guys.
Thank you, David. Out to Smith. Shot from 16. The shot's good. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Rebounded by Hart. Now Cleveland moving it up. Smith with it. Picked up by Claxton. Pass to Hart. Kicks it out to Allen. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Rebounded by the Nets. Johnson outside. Now Claxton. Back to Johnson. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down. And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end. And you've got to be kidding.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Got a piece of it. It's Allen on the wing. Pass to Chang. Here's Castle. He's guarded by Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Yes! And the foul. That's on Keon Johnson.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
Here's Smith. And the rejection by Claxton.
Now look at the wingspan of Nick Claxton on display. He sends that thing back.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Gets the first, narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
In the corner, Powell with it. The kick out to Williams. No good on the 3. Right side, Green. Green by Allen. To take the lead. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Pass to Powell. Now Claxton, defended by Allen. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Hunter grabs the miss.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. They get it again. Outside, Green. To take the lead. Comes up empty, 7 for 15 with that miss. The Nets with the lead. Down low. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Out to Smith. Green with the putback. And staying with the play, Allen.
You know what? That's all about hustle and a nose for the basketball. Tremendous job on the offensive glass by Jarrett Allen.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Powell. From outside the arc. It's stolen by Smith. From deep, Green. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Allen's got it all tied up now for Cleveland.
And look at how ready Allen was to fight for it. He's willing to go to battle for his team.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Here's Castle. And the layup's good off the glass. Castle's got 22 points. Sounds like a rock concert in here.
And guys, that was the bucket they have been waiting for. And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he drops them both. It's a two-point ball game.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Here's Green. Out to Smith. Pass to Castle. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. On the wing. That one, no good.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
No fear in the eyes of Green. Willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to slow the game. Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
The Cavaliers on offense. Screen by Smith. All sorts of time. Up again. Beal on the foul.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Smith for 3. Off target from downtown. And